Okay, guys, the moment has arrived. We are here to look at the final project overview for Economics, Grade 12, June 2020. All right, here we go. For this project, I've tried to keep things interesting and different a little bit, but also to give you an opportunity to show me your smarts. So this is what we're going to do. And there's a lot of choice embedded in this on purpose so that you can explore and think about what you want to do. So the first step involved in this assignment is you need to determine your choices. So you have a choice of audience, scenario, role, and the product you're going to create. I've tried to make this really easy and accessible by color coding things. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to pick one option of each color. So when we talk about the audience, we're going to be talking about a local meeting of BIAs across the GTA. BIAs and business improvement associations in neighborhoods. There's a link there that explains what they are. Just in general, the Canadian public, protesters at a peaceful rally, or meeting of union leaders. So you have to pick whatever audience you want to be presenting to. The scenario, you're going to be responding to one of the four things. The implementation of government mandated 4-day work week, a proposal to increase interest rates, a proposal to increase taxes in Toronto, or proposal to keep schools closed for the full school year of 2021. How are you going to address or discuss this particular proposal? You are going to create a product of some sort, and you have 5 options. There's 4 boxes, but you have 5 options. Firstly, is you can conduct something called an elevator pitch. Now I'm going to add in a link here with an example. Basically, an elevator pitch is sort of a business concept where you have a limited amount of time in a confined area with an important person, and you want to pitch your idea so that they are going to support you financially. So think of like Dragon's Den or something like that. But it's very limited, it's very focused, and you have no additional visual aids. You don't have graphs and charts and fancy visuals. You are just convincing someone of an idea. That's option 1. Option 2 is to create sort of a TED Talk video. This might be difficult technologically for some of you, so you can create some slides and just narrate them the way I'm doing this now. The tool that I use, the link is there, it's called Screencast-O-Matic. Really straightforward. I think you guys will find it pretty, if I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. But sort of organizing it as a TED Talk structure, which is where the focus is in fact on the conversation and the discussion, not a lot of words on slides, not a lot of examples or definitions. If you think about TED Talk, slides are often just used to present a simple idea, a graphic, a visual, something very specific, as opposed to most TED Talk slides have very limited text. So you want to keep that in mind if this is the option you choose. This option is something called the PechaKucha. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's a very structured approach to creating a presentation where the format is set for you. You have 20 slides and you can talk about each of those slides for 20 seconds maximum. And it's a program that sets things up for you so that the slides naturally progress. You don't have to click anything. You don't have to do anything. Super straightforward, and it's all a program. So I've got a link there to what it is and then how you can think about structuring one. So those of you who are looking for an interesting challenge or looking at using a different kind of technique, if you're sick of Google Slides or you want to learn something different, what's nice about it is it's really, really structured. 20 seconds, 20 slides, 20 seconds each, boom, you're done and you're good to go. The other 2 options are to create sort of a PSA or a public service announcement. And this could be like a video commercial that you might see on TV. I suppose it could be a radio ad if you want to just do audio. I don't have that written there, but that's an option. And the last is to sort of create an interview with an economist. Obviously, you're not going to interview a real economist, but you can create one, or you can invite someone in your house to read the answers as an economist, or whoever you want to do that, almost kind of as a podcast. Okay, so those are your options for the product. And your role, you are either a business leader, you are the CEO or the chief executive officer of an NGO. Okay, so we know what those words mean. You are the union leader in a community, or you're a politician of whatever denomination you want, local or federal or provincial, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just to review, you're going to pick your role, You're going to figure out how you're going to convince someone or a group, whoever your audience is, of one of these things. You don't have to pick the whole row that's organized. So you could pick the Canadian public, 4-day work week, you're going to do a PSA, and you are a local business leader, okay? Doesn't matter what combination you create there, 100% up to you. Let yourself be creative, follow your interests and your instincts, and look at it that way, okay? No problem. A couple of the details. Once you've figured out what you want to do, how you want to do it, you do need to conduct a little bit of research to familiarize yourself with the arguments in favor and against a 4-day work week. Remind yourself about the job and influence and impact of interest rates, the importance of taxes, and or the perhaps various complications or implications of lack of organized school. And of course, that's not just about students, right? That's about daycare, that's about parents working, there's all kinds of spin-off events there. And you can focus on whatever kind of angle that you want, but you need to do a little bit of research, and I would strongly recommend, and you're going to understand why, that you probably need to review some of the previous slide decks and stuff that are there. So you're going to do some basic research to craft your argument. Every product, it doesn't matter what you're pitching, has to have a clear point of view. And you're not presenting, well, there's option A and there's option B, and they're both great, pick which one. You are pitching, you're convincing, you are presenting an idea that is very, very clear. So it's not balanced, you are sort of deconstructing the benefits of the other side. You're saying why it's not good and why people should take your perspective, okay? So you're going to be pointing out the flaws of the counter argument. So in order to do this, you're going to have to do some basic research, focusing on the economic issues, okay? Once you've done that, so you've picked your ideas and your pitch and your audience and your role, you've done some research, you understand the ideas, then you need to figure out how to link it to the course. So at some point in your pitch, and they don't have to appear in this order, they can appear wherever you like, you're going to make one reference to fiscal policy, one reference to an aspect of monetary policy, one clear reference to the impact on GDP or an alternative method if you like, some aspect of cost-benefit analysis, sort of looking at the layers of opportunity cost, the concept and implication relation to a specific market structure. So it could be the sharing economy, it could be the underground economy, et cetera, and one impact on a kind of industry and a kind of business. All of this stuff is in the slides from online learning. It's all there. No mystery. I'm not asking you to do any additional research into a new idea. The only thing I'm asking you to research is to understand the concept that's being proposed. Then you have the fun opportunity of crafting your product. And remember, you have 3 goals. You want it to be clear, you want it to be concise, and you want it to be convincing. Longer isn't necessarily better. Clear, concise, convincing. Okay, constantly remind yourself of that. Am I going to be able to convince someone to feel the way I feel, believe what I believe, support my argument? In order for that to happen, it has to be clear and it has to be convincing. And what makes it convincing is evidence, proof, examples, etc. You know this stuff. And the last thing is, if you use any additional sources, I'd just like you to source them just in APA format. You don't have to include the slide decks that we've used, but if you do any additional research, you want to include that, okay? So that's it. That's pretty straightforward. You pick one thing from each color, you do some research, you link it to the course, and you make something awesome that's clear, concise, and convincing. You document your sources, and you're done. Okay, so I think this is going to be hopefully fun for you guys. You're going to reflect on things that we've already learned, and you can submit that anytime before. The target date is the 15th of June. You can hand it in earlier, you can hand it in a day or two later, but I do need to have time to make sure that I can mark it. So pick a target date of the 15th, get it in whenever you like, and we will chat about the details on Google Classroom. Okay, so I will be posting the rubric as well on Google Classroom along with the assignment and the slides that explain it. Okay, great. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.